Hi, I just wanted to go over real quick the changes that we've made to Nice PayPal button plugin for Joomla version 2.90. We got some new layout features, including some CSS hooks for better control over the look and feel of the button presentation. So just real fast, I put together this little test item. And there's your button code right there. Pretty straightforward stuff, nothing too fancy. We're going to pop over to the extension real quick. And I think for those of you who are familiar with the Nice PayPal button, the first thing you're going to notice that's different is this layout option tab down here. And we can pop that open. You can see there's a place to put the div tag for that wraps around the form, a form class name, and then also this input label position option. Now the div tag is new, and well, let me just go ahead and show you real fast. So traditionally, if we look at the source code here, um, you can see that the form doesn't have a class name, and it's not packaged or wrapped in any kind of other container like a div. So if we go in here and whoopsie daisy, and we add div tag name, or class name I mean, and a class name for the form, we can hit save, and we'll come back here and refresh. And okay, so now, oopsie daisy. So now we can see that there's the div tag or the div tag wrapper around the form, and the form itself now has a class name. And those class names can be anything that you want them to be. There's no restriction on that. You just get to pick. So before we get into how to manipulate the button layout using the class names, we're going to go ahead and I want to show you this other the input label positioning and show you the difference now. So by default, it's set up for new line, and basically that just puts your labels here on, puts them on a separate line from the actual input field. And I'll show you how that works. If we change it, okay. Now you can see the labels are next to the actual fields. So that gives you quite a bit of flexibility on how you want your form to look. Um, that said, let's go ahead and start getting into the actual class stuff and how that affects. I'm going to switch this back real quick. There we go. Okay, so we got our classes named for our two different wrappers, or for our one wrapper and our form. And pretty much though, I mean, it still looks the same as it did before. So what you have to do to start affecting change is to actually add some CSS to your template. And we're going to do that right now. So now I'm working locally, and you're going to probably want to FTP into your own site. Basically, we just want to go to the template that we're using. I'm using the bees template here, which is the default template that ships with Joomla. And we're going to go into the CSS folder here. And I think the general CSS is just going to work just fine for us. Okay. And you just scroll down to the bottom, and we can start adding CSS down here at the bottom of the file. So first thing we want to do is want to add our wrapper. Now I've kind of prepared a little bit of CSS just so I'm not going to bore you typing it all out. But this controls that outer div that we inserted a few minutes ago, and we'll just go ahead and save this file. Go ahead and you can see, well, not a lot, but it jogged to the left a little bit. But this gives you a lot more control over the ultimate look and feel. So if you want to center your button in the middle of the page, you could do something like this. And there, you can see that I've centered it now. So that gives you a lot more control, a lot more flexibility. And as we start going through, I'm going to go ahead and just grab some more of this that I've prepared. So start looking at the form class. Now I'm going to give it a border color here and a a background color, and I'm going to set the font for the entire thing. So I went ahead, I chose green because we're coming up on St. Patrick's Day, and it kind of honors our friends in Ireland. So there you go, right? So you can see how we're starting to come together. Now I showing you that font there. If we change this, we can change this to say like times and quickly change the look and feel of the entire button. I like Verdana, so let's go back. There we go. Okay, hold with me just a sec. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to post this example CSS that I'm using with the video in the article that's going to house the video. So you guys can get this example CSS off my website just by viewing the full article for this item. So we'll go through a little bit more of it, but I just want to quickly show you how easy it is to start really manipulating the entire look of your button. So that's a lot different than what we originally started with. Now these actually even have some color in them, and we can control the font within the different elements here. See, here's for the selected. If I want to change the font in there or the color or whatever, I can just go ahead and change away. See, so we can go, you know, well, of course that's absolutely hideous, so we're not going to leave that like that, but it gives you an idea of what you can do. Okay, so I think ultimately that's pretty much the long and the short of my demonstration. I'll just put this back to 10 pixels. And hopefully you guys like the new changes that we've put in, and are able to better integrate the nice PayPal button with your website look and feel. Enjoy.